The title in the Best of the West Women's Football Championship will be decided right here on this field tonight. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tony Cardasco along with Melissa Ferris, and we are at Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas. There's going to be a lot of emotion in the consolation game. First of all, how do you prepare for a consolation game? Secondly, it might be the final game for the San Diego franchise.
Right. I think San Diego announced earlier on this season that they were going to be having this as their final game or their final season. So this being the final game of the season, there's a lot of people that are wondering what's going to happen with the team, if they're going to continue on or not. I know one of the owners and players, Melissa Gallegos, this could be her last season, and it's 15 years for her. So it's going to be really important these girls stay in it. It's going to be hard to, continue on. Luckily, the weather is cooperating with us a little bit better tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the rain has finally subsided. It's a little windy out here. It's still rather warm, but it should be a great atmosphere for the Women's Football Championship coming up later on. In the consolation game ahead next, it'll be San Diego against Seattle. Good afternoon from Las Vegas. This is the consolation game of the Best of the West Women's Football Championship. The San Diego Surge taking on the Seattle Majestics. Hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Melissa Ferris, and we are live at Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas. And Melissa, first, your opinion of this game and what it's going to take motivationally for one of the teams to prevail here in a third-place game.
Well, it is the consolation game, and first of all, we're happy to have the weather improving for us today. And second of all, if word stands true, this could be the Surge's last game for the rest of not only the season, but for the Surge themselves. So they really need to step it up if they want to end this season and their time on the team in a high note. Majestics, we're out there looking pretty pumped up for the rest of the practicing out here in the beginning. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens with both the teams. This is the consolation game, so winner will be put in the third place for the championship.
So Sydney Holt will be kicking off for the Seattle Majestics. And it's been pouring rain all afternoon throughout most of the valley here in Las Vegas. Humidity's on the rise once again, but other than that, no real wind to speak of here in Las Vegas for kickoff. And that's going to be an onside kick, and the short.
I don't know what's up with these onside kicks in the beginning of games. We've seen a couple of them so far in this
so it was
championship.
a short kick, and it was recovered by the Surge there, so they will take over the football right there, first down and 10. And that was on the recovery. That was Lanika Manning, one of the upbacks for San Diego. So things started off kind of on a bad note for San Diego. Never got better in the game here on Thursday night after they turned the ball over on an onside kick early on against Texas. So here is Melissa Gallegos at quarterback. And she's got one back behind her and three receivers to the far side of the field. And she throws it out on the flat. That's Dina Guidry. And Guidry weaves her way and will pick up a nice gain on first down to around the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 5 to go for the San Diego Surge. 63-12, lifetime, one national championship, but shut out for the very first time in team history in 8 years, 47-0 here on Thursday night.
Right. After that 2-hour rain delay, the ladies didn't start up their games until about midnight. They were playing until 2 o'clock in the morning here in the field Thursday night, early Friday morning. I know there was a lot of viewers that were out there looking for the game, and we apologize for any disconnections because of the weather as well as the mountain ranges around us, if you can see. But Melissa Gallegos is up, and this is her 15th season going in, so it could be her last.
She's very deliberate. One receiver in motion, empty set, throw near side of the field, and that's Guidry. And Guidry with a nice pickup inside the 30, 25-20, breaks another tackle down to the 15-yard line. So Dina Guidry with another big play here on first down, and San Diego's in business.
That was a great move by Guidry there.
Just a simple pass and an empty set.
And Seattle's really got to be able to keep up the tempo here on defense. They got to make sure that they're covering everybody and to ensure that those kind of plays aren't happening. That was a long run.
So this could have been the start that San Diego could have asked for on Thursday night after they gave away the football They lost an onside kick opportunity, gave up a big touchdown, and then a big turnover. And on the first down carry, that's going to be a short gainer for Guidry. So it's all Dina Guidry on the first 3 plays. San Diego's 2-0 lifetime against Seattle. Well, that was some delay over a couple of hours on Thursday night. And San Diego, they came back out. They played the game against Texas, and they lost that game. They were trailing 13-0 when 60-mile-an-hour winds started to happen here.
Among lightning.
Some lightning, some thunder, and a lot of rain.
Oh,
and you know, the field holds the rain very well here.
Yeah, there was some video later on that showed that the grass just appeared to be dry after all that.
2nd and 9 from the 15-yard line. Gallegos on the sweep, and that's Guidry near side.
Oh.
And she runs into a defender. She lost the football, but she got it back. Holly Custis there defensively, and she stripped the ball, but Guidry picked the ball back up, and a short gainer. And this will now be 3rd down, and let's call it 7. Just underway, and the San Diego Surge inside the red zone.
See what Seattle can do defensively here to put a stop to this.
And what would happen, you know, for San Diego, I mean, what a big boost it would be if they could pop in a touchdown here in the early stages. Long snap count. Gallegos looks to the right, throws over the middle, and it is caught.
Nice.
And that'll be right at the first down marker. And that pass was caught in traffic. I think it was Nicole Tanis.
Yeah, number 82, Nicole Tanis.
So it'll be 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line. And Tanis a little bit shaken up on that play. She's
getting pulled out already, yeah. It's definitely a great start for the Surge this game as opposed to their game on Thursday night, so hopefully they can keep momentum up.
Guidry's in the backfield. Slot to the far side, 1 receiver near side of the field. And the handoff goes to Guidry, plows her way up the middle, and she'll get down to about the 4-yard line. Good blocking up front, but good defense by Seattle. We told you the Majestics, they switched the season to that 3-3 defense with a lot of other wrinkles defensively. And against the triple option, that just was not going to solve things.
No.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 5. We've got 2 receivers out to the far side of the field.
You know, the power throws that Gallegos has are pretty impressive. She's winding them out, and see who she goes
Gallegos
to
is
here.
asking for motion, and finally Guidry is set in motion. Swing it out to Guidry. Guidry now inside the 5 and gets down.
Just short.
We'll say to about, where will they spot it? Spot it down at about the 3-yard line. At the 4-yard line.
Tanis has come back into the game, so we'll look
We have
for
a
her in the
player
end
shaken
zone.
up for Seattle, and that looks as though it is Vanessa Caskey.
Vanessa Caskey,
They need
number
Caskey
48.
out there.
Yeah, she's on the field, so it looks like we'll have a little timeout.
It looks like a cramp, and we talked about that
Yeah,
before the games the
we
other
did.
night with the humidity and the heat here in Las Vegas and the need to stay hydrated.
Especially today, after all that rain yesterday and even some today. I mean, I feel like it's almost a little more humid today, and there's not really a breeze like there was on Thursday night.
So Vanessa Caskey limps off. Be a huge morale boost if San Diego could punch in a touchdown here. This drive started at midfield. So now Guidry's the slot receiver on the far side. And the handoff goes up the middle. And that'll be stopped short of the goal line. So this will bring up a 4th down and goal to go from about the 2.
Great defensive effort by Seattle.
kick the field goal here? No, it looks as though the offense will stay on the field. It'll be 4th down. And why not gamble? This is the consolation game.
You're in Vegas. Why not, right?
And if it could be your last game, as a
Got to go for it.
as a team, yeah, you have to go for it. Gallegos is surveying the defense. High snap. And the handoff, and picking her way was Guidry, and she'll be stood up and stopped defensively. The stand.
Ashley
The Seattle,
Johnson.
Majestics
Nice.
there. And Jackie McCall were there defensively, gang tackle, and they stopped the San Diego Surge on 4th down.
Yeah, you got to go for it, like you said, and unfortunately it didn't work for them. Seattle really put the pressure on them defensively.
So let's see how this affects the San Diego defense now.
Right. However, getting your own ball back in on the set 2-yard line is not necessarily what Seattle wanted out of this.
So Tamara Crow, the quarterback, she'll have a couple of stellar receivers. Adrian Wilson, who had a late start here on Thursday night, and Kyla Hall. Those are the two main weapons.
Let's see if Seattle can find a little more of their passing game this game. I know Thursday was all about the run. We didn't see too much. We're hoping to see a little more from the receivers today.
They go with the offset eye, and that handoff went straight up the middle, and there was a big hit up the middle. I think that was Mercedes Tyler on the tackle, and that was Kiki Williams, who went nowhere. They'll give her a short gain of 1, 2nd and 9. So we've got Kiki Williams in the backfield along with Kara Lord, and Lord had a number of carries. Offset eye and trouble with the snap and scramble it around. There goes Crow. Crow's going to try to run around the corner, fumbles the football into the end zone, and it's fumbled out of the end zone.
It looked like a hot
And
cake
that should
in her
be a
hand.
safety, and it is.
Yeah. She was
So Tamara Crow had a hard time handling the snap at first, and then the scramble, and then she gets hit, loses the football, and out of the end zone for the 2 points, and it's 2-0 in favor of San Diego.
She was juggling that one throughout the end zone, so I'm not sure what happened with the ball. I don't know if maybe there's a little rain still stuck in the grass there somewhere.
No,
Got a
the
little
field
wet.
is
Got a
holding
little
up
wet.
really well, extremely well. But
It actually looks more green.
some problem-
It got a little watering
they
from
put a
Mother
little
Nature.
fertilizer on there on Friday, and the grass is growing back.
Yeah, there we go. We got a green grass. Nice. So the Surge have never lost 2 in a row, and as of right now, they lost on Thursday. They're hoping to get this win and come out with a good punch. If this is the final season for them and the Surge, then they definitely want to be able to make their name known and put something out there for the San Diego and the other Surge fans. These ladies, these teams have like 3, 5, 8,000 followers on Facebook, all over social media. There's people that are watching these games that were here at midnight when they played. There was people in New York. There was people in Texas watching at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning before having to go to work. It's pretty incredible the fans they got. So
Shout out to all the good fans out there. So this will be the free kick coming up from the 20-yard line. The Seattle Majestics trail 2-0. So we know one thing: San Diego will not get shut out today.
there we go.
Sophie Lofted is back deep. Adriana Gutierrez is back deep. And there's the kickoff.
Great kick.
And going back to get it was Gutierrez. Gutierrez, it goes over her head. This is going to be a live ball. It's going to be fielded at the 12. Gutierrez. Good stiff arm. She'll break a couple of tackles, and then she is hauled down. And that tackle was made by Ashley Johnson defensively. So good job after the safety. And we see Seattle now coming back, and it could have been a lot worse. The
Now we
field
know
position's not so bad, and you have now a situation where the Surge, they've got to march down the field some 77 yards.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do that, because we know that Seattle can kick now, so hopefully we get to see more of that. That was a great kick. And the stiff arm was a nice touch. Like
You like
Guidry.
the stiff arm.
Yeah.
Send a player in motion to the far side, and this is going to be a delay of game. And, the other night, this is the same approach that we saw with the Surge. They just can't get the snap off, can't get everything organized offensively, but they were taking a lot of time, but there were no penalty markers thrown against them for delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on over there, if there seems to just be some discommunication or I don't think it's a noise thing, so.
So 1st and 15. And we've got some movement up front. And this could be a false start against the Surge. And that would march them back another 5 yards, and it is.
Well, it's not the way they wanted to come back from that safety.
And as the 15-year quarterback, Gallegos, she has to take control and make sure that they get the snap off, get everyone organized. You saw when the Surge were driving on that first drive that she had to point out to some players to get set in motion. She was waiting for everyone to get going, so it's a miscommunication. There's been a lot of injuries on the San Diego Surge team, and so that, of course, could contribute to a lot of issues. The blitz is on. Gallegos is going to step up in the pocket. Gallegos on the run. She throws it out into the flat, and it is caught and then driven hard out of bounds. That was Nicole Tanius. So Tanius with a nice pickup on first down.
I am loving Case Takutau, number 22 on the Seattle's defensive line. She was going after Gallegos there, which I think forced her into that throw. But, seeing the energy right now on Seattle's team, I'm just wondering if that's going to continue on for the rest of the game and where the Surge's energy is as well to meet that.
A nice gainer of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Yes, Cassie Tukatau, and she did a great job in disrupting the offense of Utah. And that triple option, she was in the backfield, and it takes sometimes a couple of players to stop her. Here comes the blitz again. And there goes Gutierrez. Gutierrez on the sweep, and she'll pick up about 4 yards on that carry. So it'll be a 3rd down and long coming up for the San Diego Surge. And there's a player down. I think that's Gutierrez. And here come the trainers and the coaches out.
The camaraderie that all these women have together. I mean, you saw how fast most of these players went down on a knee just to make sure that this one, the injured player, was all right. Seeing the girls play, watching a lot of their videos, and hearing a lot about the team and what the coaches and the owners have thought of during their owners forum yesterday that they had a video of. They're really here they're mainly here for this camaraderie, this womanhood, this group of people that are passionate about this game. And it's not just about team versus team and being the best. Of course, that's something that they want to take into consideration. But they're all here for each other. They want to make this work. They all teamed up to make this West Coast Championship really become something. So hats off to all the women out there today.
It'll be a 3rd down and 5. You see right there Gutierrez getting helped off the field. I'll tell you one thing. These teams are popping. There's a lot of hitting going on the field right now.
Great hits. There was a big hit the other night, too, during the Surge's game. So, these girls have been getting injured left and right. And
I stand corrected. That's Sophie Lofton. That's Lofton who's being helped off, number 18. So San Diego can ill afford, with just 23 players suited up for tonight's game, they can ill afford to have anyone hurt.
Yeah, really.
So we'll have another running back come into the lineup. And again, a lot of time for Gallegos. They fake the end around. They hand the football off, and that's going to be a 1st down pickup. So it's a 1st down and good job by the Surge after they were faced with a 1st down and 20 due to a couple penalties that set them back. They pick up the 1st down, and they move the chains. Gallegos was looking at her receivers, but she throws, and that pass is going to be caught. And then another first down. Did you see who that was out there? It looks like
Reyes. Deuce Reyes.
Number 22, Deuce Reyes with the reception. A gain of 11, and it'll be another first down coming up for the San Diego Surge. They've played a good game of keep away here in the first quarter. 3:05 remaining. Two receivers to the far side and a slot to the near side as well. Gallegos has the protection. She's going to throw to the near side, and that pass was almost picked off, but it is caught. It is caught, and now inside the 40-yard line. That'll be a pickup, a big pickup, and on that reception, I think it was Erica Moore. Erica Moore with the reception. And so Moore picks up yet another first down. It'll be first down and 10 at the 39-yard line of Seattle. So right now, Gallegos is starting to find some rhythm. She has time, and she's been able to deliver the passes on time.
Surge are making their way back down the field, so they've actually been putting in work. Seattle's defense needs to figure out what's going on and try and make some adjustments.
They're going to go with the end around.
Little fobble to begin with.
And that'll be a pickup of about 8 yards on that carry, and that was Adriana Gutierrez. Gutierrez on the jet sweep. And they'll pick up the first down yardage, so it'll be another first and 10. Good, efficient offense for the Surge.
And they're mixing up. There's been a lot of run-ins as well as passes. And
when they get up to the line of scrimmage and they're able to get the playoff, yes.
When there's no delays. Effective communication over here for them right now.
I think that's Brianna Gorell in the backfield. The sweep to Guidry. Guidry to the far side. Cut back. She's wrestled down at around the 20-yard line. Inside the 20. Let's call it the 18.
Great run. She was cutting back and forth.
That'll be a second down and short yardage now coming up. 2nd and 2.
You know, her running style is almost reminiscent of a beast mode I once knew.
You mean the one in Oakland?
The one in
beast mode?
Yeah, the one there. Or, yeah. You know, I can't really give Oakland credit for that one, but yeah. He's Oakland bred.
Melissa Struther now into the lineup. So the Surge has had a rash of injuries this season. They also have one of their players, Casey Clark, who is on one of the reality shows?
Oh, yeah, Big Brother. It's like episode, I think they're on season 20 now. Who knew, right?
Season 20.
Yeah, she's they're...
They look in the direction of Struther, and then the dump off, and that's Brianna Gorell. Gorell
tackled down.
Gets pinballed around, and let's see where they're going to spot this.
Ashley Johnson on the tackle there.
Yep. It'll be a 3rd down and 1. That's going to be short of the first down. And the end of the first quarter, it's 2-0. Yep, 2-0 in favor of the San Diego Surge. Points coming on a safety there in quarter number 1, as the quarterback had a hard time handling the football. Tamara Crow had the ball knocked away and out of the end zone, and that's how that safety developed. And now they'll switch sides, and we'll get set for the second quarter of play.
The sun's come out, too, so these, especially the Majestic over there, they've got the sun in their eyes the entire time.
You know, San Diego has not been able to beat, the former Dallas team in Houston, and rather the former Dallas team in Texas, I should say. Now the Texas Elite, 0-3 lifetime. I did find this stat for you, Melissa.
Yes.
The San Diego Surge, 6-0 against the old Las Vegas Showgirls.
Really? And it went, gosh.
I don't remember the Showgirls.
I don't remember the Showgirls either. I can think of like the arena teams we've had here, but I can't think of the Showgirls. Jeez. Guess I got to do some more research when I get home, huh?
That's what Google's for.
Right. Getting underway the second quarter here.
So bring up a third down, and let's call it 1. And Gutierrez is in the backfield. She's back in. And they give to Gutierrez. Gutierrez picks up the first down and a cut to the outside. And she'll get out to around inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and 10 once again for the Surge. Surge is surging right now. 63-12 lifetime.
It's a little opposite of what we saw from them out here during the practice. They didn't seem to be playing with too much effort. Maybe they were just reserving their tanks a little bit for the game.
Gallegos setting the offense. Twins to each side of the field. Gutierrez again, and then the throw, and that's incomplete. Overshooting the intended receiver, and that was Struther down at around the 5-yard line. So this will bring up 2nd down.
She was fairly wide open there, too, so that could have been a score for the Surge.
Somehow you have to get the football into the hands of Dina Guidry.
You would hope so.
She makes things happen. Surge can pick up another 1st down at around the 2-yard line. So they have 3 receivers. The trips to the far side and 1 receiver near side. Man-for-man coverage. Seattle is showing blitz. And there is Guidry. And Guidry gets hit. And she
keeps on
surges
moving.
forward. And she'll pick up an additional couple of yards. And this will bring up a 3rd down and a long 3.
Tony with all the pun intended there. I liked it.
And suddenly the rainbow comes out here.
Look at that. I hope someone's getting a close-up of this.
She got some nice video there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. Got 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6. I thought they spotted it. Okay, this will be about a 3rd and 6. That's right. With Gutierrez in the backfield. Gallegos. Goes to Gutierrez. Slips a tackle straight ahead and gets down to the goal line. Did she get in?
Not seeing any indication.
No, I think she's down to the 1. So they pick up the 1st down. It'll be a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Nice play as they blast the football straight up the middle.
Let's see if Seattle can hold them on this one like they did prior. It's a lot cooler out today, so it's got to be a little bit easier for these ladies out tonight.
And that's Gutierrez in the backfield, along with Gallegos. You think nothing fancy here. And the handoff goes straight up the middle.
Touchdown.
That's Gutierrez and into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, San Diego Surge. That was a good drive, considering that the Surge was faced with a 1st and 20 after a couple of penalties.
Yeah.
But this drive comes after the safety, and so San Diego cashes in once again.
They definitely are showing a lot more effort, and I think are really trying to make their name known. They lost that hard game on Thursday to the Texas Elite Spartans, and got to come back with a big win here.
And Struther is on for the extra point. The kick is up, and that's a heck of a boot. It's long, and it's through.
9-0.
9-0 with 9:55 to go here in this first half of play. We're from Las Vegas, and we've got a beautiful rainbow.
Beautiful rainbow.
Right now, Seattle hasn't had much in the area of time of possession in this game.
No.
They just had, a couple of downs, and they coughed the ball up. So the defense has been out there for a while. For the Majestics, now they're going to try to get things going offensively in this game.
And if I said it once, I'll say it again. I'm hoping for some passes. Seattle is overdue.
You want to see them throw the ball.
I feel like, why not, right?
Yeah,
Last
very,
game, you've got
very
a couple,
offensive.
You've got a great wide receiver on the team, a couple of them. Why not try it out? Give it a try.
I'm really impressed with the leg on Struther. We saw her out there kicking. And in the games that we saw earlier this week, you didn't have the two return men back deep.
No, you didn't. Not that
deep.
far.
And here goes the onside kick. And it's bouncing towards the near side. And finally, it is picked up by Rachel Woods, the backup quarterback. So Woods out there on the Hans team. Why all of these onside kicks?
I was just
you're up
wondering.
9-0. And, I know that San Diego's probably thinking, let's try to pounce on them.
Right.
They're not going to expect it, but you have that leg of Struther, and you could definitely, get your defense, fired up by getting the ball in a position, that's deep in the Majestics' own area.
I was just thinking that same thing. Like, I've probably seen more onside kicks these last couple of days than I've seen in months of other ball,
So here come the Seattle Majestics. Tamara Crow. Crow back to pass. Looks far side. Lofts it up there. It is caught. Julia McComas makes the reception. Forward progress. She'll pick up the first down and into San Diego territory. Well, that was a nice play on the slant.
It's a beautiful play.
Good route. And just the 3-step drop by Tamara Crow. Timing pattern.
Funny, not funny, but a little fact about Julia. She actually played for the University of Washington's rugby team for 4 years. So, can't beat that. That's a great little practice for this. Go Huskies.
Here's Crow on first down. Crow throws it out. She slings it out, and it's caught by Belle Robinson. And Belle Robinson will pick up about 7 yards on that first down reception. So Christina Belle Robinson gets into the act. Now all we need to see is your favorite receiver,
Adrian Wilson.
She had 2 drops in the game here on Thursday night against Utah. And that was a closely contested game for a while. It was just 13-0 at half.
And it was the closest game that Utah has had from a contender they played against. So Seattle did put up. They came back, just not enough.
Crow the handoff. Here's Kiki Williams. She'll turn the corner. She'll pick up the first down.
Tony, did you practice your dance for today? You practiced your dance?
Yeah, the dance. I'm not going to sing again, though. I won't sing.
We'll do the.
I won't sing the Kiki
do
song.
the shiggy later.
All I know is the little heart thing. That's it. And you drive with your car door open on the passenger side. That's about it. That's as far as I go.
You got to do the driving motion with your hand, and on the sides, you got to pass the hands on both sides of the body.
Seen some very funny Kiki challenges yet. So here comes Wilson, set out to the near side of the field. Twin slots, and Kiki Williams, who leads this Seattle Majestic team in rushing in the backfield. There's Crow. She wants to swing it out. Instead, she lobs it up, and it is caught. It's caught by Wilson.
Yes.
And Wilson will gain about 7 yards on that reception.
She did have to leap for that one, too. It was a nice little jump she had. At 5'9", that even for her, that was a little high.
The surge not putting much pressure on Tamara Crow. And so Crow has had some time to deliver.
Well, we're seeing the Majestics in action now, so hopefully they keep this momentum up so they can try and get into this game.
Kara Lord comes back in the backfield. She's the lone back. And again, to the air. Crow sidearms it. Dropped by Wilson. Dropped. She would have had a first down, but she heard some footsteps. Good defensive pressure there. And the secondary, it was Melanie Chiano who was there for the San Diego Surge. 3rd down and short.
Got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. Live at the Best of the West Women's Football Championship.
You'd have to think that this could be 4-down territory for the Majestics. Mm-hmm. Here's Crow. Crow looking out of the backfield instead. She throws near sideline. A diving reception is made by McComas.
Yeah.
And McComas will pick up a first down. They'll move the sticks. And that ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. And so Seattle continues its drive. 7:25 to go in the first half. And the Majestics are trailing in this game 9-0.
So far, it's a great matchup between these two teams.
You just have to wonder, like, if if San Diego, I should say, came into this game at full strength. Because they have so many injuries and you have players playing on both sides. And so, obviously, an early start was essential.
There goes Kiki.
There goes Williams. And Williams weaves her way for a pickup of about 4 yards. And this will bring up second down, and let's call it 6. Good blocking at the point of attack for the Majestics. The tackles, Crystal Pugh and Robin Elms. The guards are Megan Lenore and Bryn Hammond. And the starting center, Kayla Carocious. So McCall comes near side. Tamara Crow has found some rhythm here in the second quarter and on this drive. And she wants to throw, but she is flushed. Now she dumps it off, and luckily it was not picked off. But a heady play there by Crow, just getting rid of the football. She was hit. Good defensive pressure by Nikki Quest coming through.
Yeah, Quest had some speed on her on that one.
It's the first time we've seen some good pressure being applied by the Surge.
Yeah.
So big third down coming up here. 3rd and 6 for the Majestics. And they're going to go with an empty set. 5 receivers in the pattern. And there's Crow, and she overthrows the intended receiver, Wilson. That would not have been enough for a first down anyway. So decision time coming up for Seattle. Did they ever try field goals in this league? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know
so
about
it's
that.
actually not decision time. The offense stays out on the field. And they'll send in Christina Bell Robinson. Adrienne Wilson has had a rough time here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Couple of
Touch and
drops,
go.
although that I don't know if that pass was entirely her fault. Pass a
no.
little bit behind her. So Crow with Williams in the backfield. Crow steps up. She's going to throw it. Fade pattern. And it is caught for the touchdown. And that is Bell Robinson for 6. Christina Bell Robinson. And the Majestics are back in the game.
Back in the game. No, we hadn't seen a whole lot of Bell Robinson. We saw her a lot in the first game. Nothing super spectacular, but this is what an amazing play with Bell Robinson there.
Big play on 4th and 7.
You can't beat that. You really can't.
And good time for Crow. She had a lot of time during that entire series, except, for the one play where we saw a lot of pressure being applied, and she just dumped the ball off. So it's a one-possession game now. Sydney Holt comes in to attempt the extra point. Snap is high.
Oh.
Holt is going to chase it. She'll just dive on it. No, she won't. It's actually recovered by San Diego, the Surge. So the extra point attempt fails. And it's a 9-6 game with 6:13 to go in the first half.
Looks like Robertson that picked that ball up for the Surge. Number 2.
Good drive.
Yeah.
And good game so far.
I think it's a great game so far. I believe that the two teams are pretty evenly matched. I think we're going to see a great game for the second half as well. Still got about 6 minutes left in this half.
I haven't seen if there's any updates on Brianna Gorell, who got hurt in this game. There's a short kick. And that's going to be fielded. And that looks like it is Gutierrez. And Gutierrez takes it out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. So a nice play and good return. And the Surge have good field position here as we get them going here in the second quarter.
Let's see what they do with this. If they can move back downfield again. But, you can't help having great field position to start off your series.
Just kick the football straight away.
That would be too easy.
I went to one of the upbacks. So Gallegos, the quarterback. She's got Gutierrez as the lone setback. She looks to swing it out. She throws it behind her. And Gutierrez does not. She struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. She might have lost a yard on that play. Good penetration there defensively. And we saw that defensive front come through. Chelsea Nill was one of the first defenders there from that line, defensive line, in the 3-3 alignment of Seattle.
I think Jackie McCall got in there as well with the initial hit. Sun's gone down some, so it's a nice day today now. Breeze is going.
No more rainbow, though. That's gone.
Aw, hopefully y'all got a shot of that.
Shotgun. And the handoff goes to Gutierrez. Sheds one tackle, and then she is stuck.
Rainbow now.
And she is brought down.
Tony, just a rainbow alert. We've got actually a double rainbow now over to the right-hand side.
Thanks. It's blocking my view.
Yeah.
Tackle defensively again by Chelsea Nill. And this will bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 8.
Just under 5 minutes in the second quarter.
In a field goal game, 9-6. Gallegos is just so methodical, and they use every bit of the play clock. And I guess when you're, undermanned, you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They go on the sweep. And that's a big hit. And that was Nill
hit.
once again breaking through.
Yeah. She's a great
And
defense.
Guidry just got smothered. And a loss on that play. And on 4th and 9, you have to send on the punting unit now.
Guidry definitely tried for that one, but that second hit that came through with Neal was not going nowhere.
They went on the end around for Dina Guidry. And so let's see if the Seattle Majestics can use this to their advantage, as the defense probably for the first time today really steps up. Well, they did stop. They stopped the surge on 4th down. Struther. She gets the punt off.
Wow.
That spirals to the far side, takes a
rolls
bounce,
out of
and
here.
rolls into the end zone. So we've got a 52-yard punt by Struther. It'll be 1st and 10 on the touchback for the Seattle Majestics, who trail 9-6. Wherever you're tuning in the Consolation game here from Las Vegas. So Tamara Crow looks to throw, looks far side, steps up, now comes near side, and that pass is going to be caught.
Custis.
And the catch reception made by Kyla Hall. So Hall with a nice gainer on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and a long 3. And so Kyla Hall, she's on a TV show too. Did you know that? Or she was?
Oh, really?
American Ninja Warrior?
Oh, American Ninja Warrior. I did
Yeah.
know that. Yes.
So she's on that show.
Yep. It's like the battle of the shows, right?
Yeah, I like that show better than, what was the other one?
Big Brother.
Yeah,
I
whatever
don't
that
watch
is,
much.
yeah.
But the thing is with Big Brother is they have no TVs in the house. So she can't even watch her teammates right now playing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, too bad.
Wilson and Bell Robinson to the near side. They go far side, and Crow just flicked it out there. And we have the catch made on the far side of the field. And that was Jackie McCall with the reception. No gain. So it'll stay at 3rd down now, and a long 3 coming up for the Seattle Majestics, who trail by a field goal in this game. 2.5 to go here in the first half. One back set. We saw the surge showing blitz. Now they back off. Are they going to send it once again? They're going to come off the corner. And McCall throws on the slant. And that pass is caught by Wilson. Wilson on the slant for the 1st down. Well, now that was a good reception because Wilson bobbled it. The pass thrown out in front of her, and she was hit as the ball arrived. And so Adrian Wilson with her 2nd catch on the afternoon.
Yes. Adrian Wilson actually also played for Team USA in Sweden in 2010.
We're going to get a timeout for San Diego. Utah beat the Seattle team in the semifinals 29-14, and after the 2-hour lightning, wind, and rain delay, Texas took care of business and shut out San Diego 46-0. It's going to be a couple of powerhouse teams just putting it all on the line here. Stay tuned. That's coming your way at the conclusion of this consolation game. The delayed handoff to Kiki Williams, and Williams will pick up short yardage of about 2 yards. So the stutter step by Williams, and she really did not have anywhere to go. She gets bottled up, and this will bring up a 2nd down and 8. Minute 56 to go. Do you think
like
that
Gurrell
Seattle
might
might
have
show
been,
a little bit more of a sense of urgency here?
Yeah. Gurrell looks hurt. She got injured on that last play. She walked off field.
Gurrell again?
Yeah.
Yeah, she injured her shoulder earlier. So Williams is in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Kiki. She gets by one defender, but she's dragged down. And that's going to be a big loss of about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
I almost feel like she was doing this shiggy there. She would, swiping them.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, and that was Melanie Quijano on the tackle. They'll lose about 4 yards. It'll be a 3rd down now and 13 yards to go.
Got a minute left on the clock.
So do you feel as though Seattle just does not want to make any mistakes here, and they don't want to really gamble? You trail by a field goal at halftime, and you're still in the game. Seattle will get the football to start the second half.
But don't you want to gamble? No?
Well, I might throw one out there long, at the end of the half for Wilson.
Well, the clock's running too, so there we go.
37 seconds and a timeout. So they milked a lot of clock there.
They sure did.
And Seattle just wants to run out the half. This will be a 3rd down and long, and I have a feeling that Crow will just hand the ball off to Williams here. Nope. Of course I'm wrong. She's going to throw it, air it out, and Belle Robinson cannot come up with the reception at midfield. That would have been enough for a 1st down. And good defensive coverage in the secondary. There defensively, Christina Soto for the surge. So 4th down. Here comes the punting unit. So 32 seconds.
Guidry.
So Guidry was also there in the secondary. And now she'll go back as the lone safety to return this punt. The punt of Jackie McCall.
30 seconds left on the clock for the half.
Well, we have, if you handed the ball off, this could be the end of the half already. And here's a delay of game. Illegal substitution. So on the field late, it was Kyla Hall for the Seattle Majestics. Guidry stands at her own 35-yard line. We've seen a lot of poor snaps. This one's a little bit low. And a low kick that's going to bounce. And Guidry won't touch it. She'll just let it roll. She wanted to try to return it. And then she thought otherwise and backed off. And it'll be a 1st down at the 40-yard line.
That could have been entertaining.
With 21 seconds to go.
Man, I should have picked that up and just ran it.
You just like to gamble.
I do. I'm a gambling person, I guess. Maybe not. I don't like to lose, though, so. But it's Vegas, right? We are at the Best of the West here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Women's Football Championship. We are in game 1 of the 2-game stand tonight. A championship game is on tonight at 8 p.m. 21 seconds left here.
And this might just be the handoff to Adriana Gutierrez. No.
Or not.
It's the throw. Rifles it over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Guidry.
Everything
and that was
opposite.
around the 45-yard line.
So whatever Tony says, this is going to do the opposite.
Just do the opposite.
Yeah.
They don't want me to be the offensive coordinator. I would be too conservative. There's 17 seconds to go. And now do you just run it? Run out the clock?
You would think, but
I wouldn't have gambled on 4th down earlier.
Exactly. Neither would we thought there'd be an offside kick in the beginning, to start the game either. Who knows?
Gallegos wants to throw. And she's looking long near sideline and overthrows the intended receiver. And that was intended downfield for Melanie Quiano. Incomplete, but a nice idea there. It's only Quiano could have caught it.
There was good coverage by Belle Robinson on that play as well. She was stride for stride with her.
12.4 seconds to go.
Will the half
now it's
ever
third
end?
down, and now if you're Seattle, if you can come up with a quick stop and a timeout, maybe try to block a punt.
Throw a Hail Mary.
This could backfire. 12 seconds to go here in the first half. Gallegos to throw once again. This time she lofts it up. It's off the hands of the intended receiver, and it is broken up in the secondary. There defensively was Cece Hooks. And so now there's 10 seconds remaining.
Holly Kustis was up in there too, breaking that play up.
Yeah, Hooks is the first one that got the deflection and almost the interception. And that was intended for Quiano once again. So now 6 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. And it's 4th down, and we still have Gallegos in the game.
Well, like you said, I mean, this could be the last game for Gallegos. I'm sure she's trying to give it everything she has for all, 48 minutes we're playing tonight?
So Guidry takes off her gloves. So she must
Toss
think
them
that
on the
this is
field.
going to be, she has her receiving gloves, and she takes them off, throws them down to the near sideline. So that's like that has to be a running play right there.
Right.
She doesn't expect to have the ball thrown to her. She took off her gloves. But there's a timeout on the field on 4th down. You have tall Adrian Wilson as your safety. Just in case they try to lob it up there. If they do try to throw. So Gutierrez is in the backfield. Yeah, Guidry's gloves are still off. So either she
At
didn't
least
like
they're
them
off the
or
field now.
okay,
so
they're off the field. Yes, you threw them
will
down.
be a running hazard.
Gallegos is going to try to run this half out, and she does, probably with that pass. And it's lobbed up there. And we have a reception on the far side of the field. It looked like Jessica Cable. Was that Cable who came down with the reception?
Like 50.
As the first half, the time expires. Cable with the reception. And this half will end at the 20-yard line of the Seattle Majestics. Really good first half, and the score, San Diego is leading Seattle by a count of 9-6. Joining us now at halftime, we have one of the owners of the Texas Elite Spartans, and this is Brian Sewell. And Brian, first of all, congratulations, your team, the Spartans, with the first shutout in team history for San Diego. Really could not get anything going offensively in the game on Thursday night.
No, I mean, San Diego's a really good team. I mean, their players have been around for a long time. Gallegos and Guidry, and their whole team is quality, and their staff is quality. We had a little bit of a setback when the weather came out, but we were able to keep the girls focused, and once we get rolling, it's kind of hard to slow us down usually.
But Brian, as far as with regards to the game on Thursday night, we had left here. We thought it was a rain delay, possibly a cancellation in the game. It came that you guys got back on the field about midnight or so, it sounds like.
Probably about 11:05, if I remember. We were having to do a countdown because of Nevada district rules. You have to have lightning outside of an 8-mile radius and then a 30-minute countdown, and you know, it's very dangerous. That's the rules are there for a reason, but the staff here at the school and the refs really were very diligent about trying to get to finish the game. Everybody's here. They've come a long way. Even though we were leading at the time, everybody really wanted to finish the game. We were blessed to be able to do so.
Well, that having been game one of the 3-day challenge here this weekend, and as a part of the first day of the games, you guys had been here for majority of the day here at the facility already. How do you keep your players in the game mode, and how do you get them ready to keep on playing even after I've been sitting down for such a long time?
Well, our team is full of veterans. I mean, these ladies have been around for a while. OJ, I believe, has been playing for 10 years. I've probably been in the sport for at least 20. So they're pretty mature, and we don't really have to do a lot. It's really actually focusing the energy, waiting for the field. I mean, they've been kind of stir crazy all day. We've waited for a long time to actually play some good competition. Obviously, San Diego is excellent, as is Seattle. And Utah is somebody that we wanted to play for a couple of years, and the logistics and it just hasn't really come together. So, they're bouncing off the walls. There's no focus problem. They just want to go.
So tell us a little bit about the today's game against the Utah Falcons. What is it you guys are expecting as a team? What is it you're planning to do, or that you've been hopefully you'll get accomplished here in this game today?
Well, Utah's record speaks for itself. I mean, they've not had a losing game in, I believe, 2 years. No matter what your level of competition is, that's a very difficult record to achieve. So, Utah's a good team. They're highly disciplined. Their coach has a military law enforcement background, very similar to my own. So, that's what you expect. They're very disciplined. The one thing you can count on Utah not to do is beat themselves. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. We have a lot of firepower on our team. We don't make a lot of mistakes either. That usually makes for a pretty good matchup because Utah is going to show up to play, and they're going to play well, and they're not going to make a lot of silly mistakes.
Brian Sewell is with us at halftime. And, Brian, I want to talk about, I think, the biggest matchup of the night. It'll be the triple option of Utah against your defense, which has not given up any points this entire season. Something has to give.
Well, and, that defense hasn't given up points for a long time. And it does. I mean, the triple option is certainly a challenging offense to play against. Our defensive players are very intense. We're pretty big and we're pretty fast, so that plays to our advantage. But, triple option is a very disciplined offense to run, and we need to be very disciplined to be able to stop it. I think we've got a pretty good scheme, but that's why they play the game, so we'll see.
The best of the West, this championship tournament this week. It's been exciting for us to cover here in Las Vegas. Any talks of future tournaments like this here in Las Vegas?
Well, I don't know if it necessarily be in Las Vegas. These four teams have a very common mission. We all have pretty good records. Again, we have very seasoned ownership and seasoned coaching staff. All the teams that came here very, very much did so in a unified fashion. Everybody wanted to work together. It's hard to get a lot of teams to work together just for various reasons, competitive fire, if nothing else. And everybody really worked together in a very cohesive fashion, helping everybody out. Everybody brought everything they had to the table. So we'll see. There was a lot of discussion at the Owners Forum the other day about what the future will be. There's lots of good ideas. The resources are there that haven't really been behind a league in the past, even though there have been some leagues that have made some good attempts. But I think things are going to be different. We'll see after this tournament is over how those pieces come together. But I think the future for women's football is bright, and these teams will be leading the charge.
How many teams do you think it will take to formulate a league?
Well, it really depends because
to make it competitive.
More is not always better. And unfortunately, we've tried the, many teams approach, and you get many forfeits and many blowouts. And that's not really what we're looking for. You've got to separate with the top echelon from the bottom echelons. And it's a hard thing because we want as many ladies to be able to play this wonderful game as is possible. So that's your quantity part. But we don't need to be playing teams that have 18 players because that's just not safe. So there's a balance there. I think to bring together the best teams in the league, you're probably talking about 12 to 16 that could possibly be at that caliber. 8 certainly. But I think 10 to 16 is probably the sweet spot for a true Tier 1 league. Obviously, logistics is very important because most of these teams spend more money on travel than any other component of their budget. So It needs to be regional. It's kind of why this was started with Best of the West instead of Best of the Nation, because of geography. And Salt Lake plays that game harder than anybody because they're the most geographically isolated. Texas, we're very blessed because football's a religion there, so there's lots of worshipers at that altar to play against. But I think that everybody wants to work together. I think that the table is set for some very good things, and we'll see how those pieces come together after this is over.
And then just to bring it back to the game today, the championship game, of course, you guys, the Texas Elite Spartans against the Utah Falcons. One thing that we talked about, that you just kind of mentioned a little bit about quantity over quantity, you guys bring it back to the roster and your guys' depth. I mean, we knew that against Seattle, they have a little bit lighter of a roster, so we know you had a little bit more bench help from your guys' bench that was there to assist throughout the game. The Falcons seem to have a pretty similar bench size to you guys. It seems like it could be more of an even matched game. How do you feel like your bench really comes into helping the team, succeed in these games?
Well, we have more depth than other teams here, but not as much as we're used to having in the past. I mean, we're used to a 50 to 60 person roster. I'm not really sure how many the Falcons have, but it's probably close to that number. But I think our team really prides itself on their conditioning. It's much hotter in Dallas right now than it is here, which is great, and everybody likes it very much. The weather looks very nice today, unlike Friday. But I don't think that that's going to really play a factor. I think when it's our number ones on their number ones, it's going to be discipline and execution and speed versus each other, and we'll see who executes better. It's always who makes the least mistakes and who executes better.
Well, good luck. We're looking forward to the showdown, Utah against the big team from Texas.
It should be a good game. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks again to Brian Sewell, and we'll be back with the kickoff for the second half of the Consolation game right after this. And welcome back to Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas. And coming up, we will have the championship game at the conclusion of this consolation contest between San Diego and Seattle. The Surge leading the Majestics by a count of 9-6. Tony Cardasco here along with Melissa Ferris. And the weather has turned rather nice here at night.
It's really a beautiful night so far. No rain, light wind.
And we've got a good game, too.
We've got a good game so far. Yep, 9-6 with the Surge on top. There's been some activity over there on the Surge bench in regards to some injuries.
Mrs. Struther will be kicking off here to start the second half with two receivers deep.
Mm-hmm. Brianna Garrell, she had some shoulder issues she was having. She was been getting iced and kind of looked out all throughout halftime. Has her jersey back on now, but we'll see if she'll get out in the field or not.
Yeah, but she's not moving very well.
No. There was another player there that was taking off their uniform.
The Struther kick again. It's an onside kick.
Onside kick.
And the ball is bobbled up front. The ball was loose. It appeared as though Ashley Young recovered for Seattle. So Young had a difficult time gathering the football on the outside kick attempt, but she recovers. It'll be a first down and 10 at midfield for the Seattle Majestics. Another onside kick. You surprised?
Clearly not. I think we've seen, four of them already just this one game, let alone over the course of the last couple days. So it looks like that's, along with no field goals, is something that the ladies are into.
So Tamara Crow, the quarterback, she had a pretty good first half. Here comes pressure off the edge. Inside give, Kiki Williams. She hammers her way for a gain of about 1 yard. And that's a tough yard to pick up right there.
Straight down the middle. Yeah, that was a definite
hard running.
tough. Mm-hmm.
Nikki Quest, Ebony Chambers, the two defensive ends collapsing. Even some help from the outside with Melanie Quiano out there. Trips far side, one receiver to the near side of the field. And again, it's Kiki in the backfield. Here goes Crow. Crow throws it out in the flat, and it is caught by McComas. McComas is picked up and dragged backward, but not before she'll pick up about 7 yards, and this will bring up a third down, and we'll call it a long one.
From the former rugby player, that's some power moves.
Yeah, hard to bring down. McComas with a nice reception, little swing pass, and close to that first down marker. What are they waiting on with the spot? Oh, you saw there's a penalty marker down. You did not see the marker on the field. So that'll be offsides against San Diego, and they'll take the penalty. So it'll be second and 4 after the offsides again for San Diego. Wilson comes out to the near side. There's trips. Kyla Hall's also out there. Might want to keep an eye on her. Crow throws far side, incomplete, thrown behind McCall, and that was down to the 40-yard line. So that pass was just behind Jackie McCall. So all the traffic coming to the right, they just let Jackie McCall leak out on the far side, but you can't come up with a reception. So third down coming up for the Seattle Majestics, trailing by 3. Here's Crow. Long snap cat out of the shotgun.
Ooh.
And she has troubles with the snap. Now she throws it up. It's a jump ball. Almost picked off,
Belle
but
Robinson
Christina Bell
couldn't handle
Robinson deflected it away. And so this will bring up fourth down.
4th and 4. I mean, you just got to go for it, right?
It means you have to go for it. And there's one thing you can count on in this game: onside kicks.
Onside
and
kicks.
going for it on
Going
fourth
on
down.
fourth down, yeah.
No matter where on the field you are.
No matter where. Although it is better here than it was over there on the 5-yard line earlier in the first quarter.
So Kyla Hall comes back on. Christina Bell checks out. Bell Robinson, I should say, on a fourth down. They need the 40-yard line. The Majestics. And the pass by Crow, that's caught. That should be enough for a first down.
Should be.
So with the reception, it's Julia McComas. So McComas makes the catch. She's hammered down immediately, not before she picks up a first down, and so they'll move the sticks. And Seattle now continues this drive to start the second half. Good blocking once again for Seattle at the point of attack up front. I mean, Crow's had all sorts of time. And Crow also showing her athleticism a couple of plays back where she had a bobble snap. There's pressure up the middle off the blitz. They run right at that vacated area, and Kiki Williams on the dive play will gain about 2 yards. So some stunning, some blitzing up front for the Surge. Trying to get that football back. It'll be a second down, and we'll call it 7. Nine and a half to go here in the third quarter. And it's just a one possession. It's a field goal game. Here's Crow. Crow is going to throw. Crow over the middle. Crow throws it low. And let's see. Did Seattle come up with the football? Incomplete. That was thrown only in an area where Julia McComas could have caught it. And that was rather low. And they'll say that it hit the ground first before McComas brought it in. So third down and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Seattle Majestics.
See if they can keep pushing it down. Get downfield. So, field goal of a chance in between the two. 9-6.
You think they'll try throwing that fade pattern again to the corner? I mean, that was really effective, and that's how Christina Bell Robinson scored the touchdown earlier in the game. She's in the slot on the far side. We'll keep an eye on her with Williams in the backfield. And there's the throw. It's intended for Robinson. Incomplete, and they try that play.
Oh, it was good
on a wheel route. You had
She was
Christina
right
Bell
there.
Robinson leaking out, and Robinson cannot come up with a reception. It'll bring up 4th down. That's the play.
Oh, man. So close. It was right there.
But Bell Robinson wishes she had maybe a half a step there. Just right through the hands, and a timeout will be called by the San Diego Surge. So the Surge will talk things over and see what they'll come up with here on 4th down. Here come the Majestics back out on the field. Would not be surprised if they tried to throw it out once again on that wheel route to the far side. And they have Wilson out there. She's the furthest receiver on the top of your screen. And here goes Crow, and Crow was looking for Wilson. She broke off the route, incomplete. And so we have San Diego taking over on downs. Good idea.
Held him.
But Wilson, some miscommunication. She broke off the route.
Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate. Hopefully Seattle can come out of this one, come back out of halftime, hoping to have a little momentum, and they seem to be a little lackluster in being able to get something to happen.
Gutierrez in the backfield. Guidry in motion. Play action. Gallegos had a receiver. It is picked off and dropped.
Oh, dropped. Almost.
Picked off
like
and
McCall.
dropped by Wilson.
Oh,
She's got a
Wilson.
case of the drops in Vegas. Offensively, defensively. That's unfortunate because it was right into the hands
right there.
of Adrian Wilson. Yeah, she caught it and then dropped it. That would have been a big pick. San Diego's never lost to this Seattle team, 2-0. And here's Gallegos on 2nd down. She wants to throw, looks far side, rifles it, pass was high, batted around, deflected twice, and almost intercepted by Ashley Johnson in the secondary. The intended receiver out there was Melissa Struther. And it'll be 3rd down and 10, and we have a player down on the field. And that's a player for the Surge. And that's the tight end, Jessica Cable. And like we said, they can ill afford to lose
cannot
any
have
players,
any
but they
more.
can't
Yeah.
lose any skill position players. So Cable coming off limping. So here's Gallegos on a 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz, stepping up. Pump fake. Now she is wrapped up.
Sacked.
Now she's sacked. And a loss of 6 on the play. As they come through,
Holly
bursting up the middle
Custis.
was Holly Custis. So
Wow.
Custis, the middle linebacker, coming through
Was
on
that
the
our
blitz.
first sack?
And that's the first sack I've
I
seen
think
this
that's-
weekend.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Well, intentional sack.
Right.
There's been fumbles and miscues and bad snaps and what have you, but big sack there for Holly Custis. And so they send one returner back, and it's going to be Belle Robinson. She'll stand at her 30. Struther. Snap is picked up. Line drive, bouncing. Belle Robinson picks it up. 25-30, 35-40, far sideline, midfield, and she'll step out of bounds. She'll be run out of bounds at around the 48-yard line. It'll be a 1st down coming up for the Seattle Majestics.
So great field position for them to be starting at for this. So hopefully they can get something out of this. They are down by 3. They can pull ahead or at least tie up the game. Well, we know they won't tie because they won't go field goal. But hey.
And they won't go for the field goal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're not going to go for the field goal.
So it's this in-between time here in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
When do the lights come on?
We've reached the point where it's a little dark. Your eyes
Yep.
are starting to try and adjust, but then pretty soon the lights will be on and it'll be bright. So.
It'll be too bright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Never
the lights
have
went
a
out the
meeting.
other night, too, during that 2-hour delay.
Yeah.
Zapped by lightning. That was scary. The pitch coming near side, and that is Kiki Williams, and she's going to lose big yardage, a loss of about 10, and that is going to go back to the 40-yard line.
Wow.
And bursting through, I think that was
they're going to mark about
Sanfri,
42,
Robertson.
43.
Sanfri Robertson. Big tackle for loss. They'll actually call that loss 8 yards, and this will bring up a 2nd down and 18. That's a big play. After the nifty return by Christina Bell Robinson, you lose 8 on that sweep attempt. So Crow working out of the shotgun. Williams in the backfield, looks in her direction, now steps up, has a receiver, and that's Jackie McCall, breaks 1 tackle, runs free,
Great
and she is
run.
hammered down inside the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Seattle Majestics.
This
big
is
play.
what they needed. This is what Seattle needed. They needed a big play to get them back in the groove, get back downfield, and hopefully pull ahead and get in lead.
There was zone coverage defensively for the Surge, and they found a hole in that zone, an opportunity as Crow connects with Jackie McCall on that big first down pickup. 1st and 10 coming up for the Seattle Majestics, trailing by a field goal in this game, in the consolation game here in the Best of the West Championship. Crow on first down, delivers, and that pass is going to be picked off. It is picked off in traffic.
Looks like Guidry picked it off. Is that?
Yeah, I think that was Guidry, and we have a whistle. And was there a marker down? Because they blew that play dead. So there had to be a flag down on the field because the officials are talking things over right now.
Was it before the interception or?
Yeah, there's a discussion going on out there on the field. Holding on defense. So I didn't see the marker in the secondary. That's a big, big play. And so they'll mark off the distance here. And so it'll be a first down and 10 now at the 27-yard line of San Diego. Yeah, you knew something was up, but I didn't see the penalty flag out there, did you?
Did not. Well, of course, the lighting is really bad. We can't really see too much in regards to a flag right about now anyway.
Into the lineup, Kara Lord in the backfield.
Definitely what Seattle needed, so see if they can make something happen.
Crow swings it out to Lord, and she makes the catch.
She's going.
Has a full head of steam, gets inside the 20, and she'll be knocked out of bounds,
Nice
or near
job.
side, not out of bounds, at around the 18-yard line. So inside the red zone once again for the Majestics on that little swing pass, the dink and dunk. Kara Lord with the reception. Oh, they're calling. No, it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 2. So the ball was spotted at around the 18-yard line. 2nd and 2. Kiki Williams back on for the Majestics. Adrian Wilson is out there. Kylo Hall's been rather quiet lately. The Surge were showing blitz, and I think that there was some contact up front. A late flag comes in.
A lot of confusion.
And I think that due to the contact, they're going to call encroachment on the defense. I'm guessing that would be the call, but it's just a delayed reaction by the officiating crew. I think that was Guidry, and they were calling a blitz, and yeah, the marker came in, and that will go against the San Diego Surge. So another miscue on San Diego, and this will give the Seattle Majestics a first down. See, they will spot the ball. At around the, 13-yard line? Here's Crow throwing the fade pattern again, and that pass is going to be picked off.
In the end zone.
It is picked off.
Wow.
Trying to get a number out there for you.
3,
Roberson.
2.
Yes, that was Sanfre Roberson, who's playing a pretty good game, and she comes up with a big interception, and so this will be a touchback. And so we have San Diego with the football at the 20-yard line.
It's unfortunate for Seattle. They had a great momentum there in that drive. You felt like they were really going to try and pull something off. So, unfortunately, great pick, though, by Roberson. Got
One
about
setback
4
as
minutes.
Gallegos comes on. Guidry in motion. Handoff to Guidry. And
pulls
really
them
not a lot
through.
of space, but she creates some space before she is polished off by Bryn Hammond. That's going to be a 5-yard pickup out of nothing.
If I were to pick up with like 3 people on her back.
There was a lot of traffic there. Guidry showed me something there. She just kept that leg drive going. So back in the lineup is Gutierrez. They have an H-back in there. Slot to the near side of the field. Gallegos calling out the signal. Handoff to Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets a good lead block.
Ooh.
Gutierrez now picks up a first down.
Found a great
On that
hole.
sudden burst, she'll get the ball out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So that was a well-designed play. That's what I said. I thought that San Diego should try to establish the run.
Look at you calling them now, Tony.
It's about time.
It's about time.
I took a lot of swings before we came to that end result. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter. 9-6 the advantage for the Seattle Surge, for the San Diego Surge, I should say, over Seattle.
We'll see if we can get any more offensive scores here by either team. It's been a stale couple of quarters so far.
It's turned into a defensive battle.
Man, a lot of defense.
Handoff once again. This is Gutierrez. Gutierrez squirts free. Gutierrez picks up another first down at the 49-yard line. Boy, she just continued the leg drive and another nice run.
I don't know if you caught it, though. Takutau, number 22 on the defense for Seattle, she moves very swiftly. She probably was maybe about a millisecond from tackling her. I mean, amazing.
She's a disruptor, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The defensive end, Takutau. So Gallegos and San Diego are on the move. They're at their own 49-yard line. Got twin slots. Gallegos to throw it, airs it out, and throws it into traffic, batted down, and off the deflection, almost intercepted by Anjanae Jones-Lee. They call her Hyphen. Yep, number 86 out there. Gallegos just threw that into traffic. There were 3 defenders around the football.
And we are still waiting for the lights to come on out here. You know, a lot of the girls, when you read up on their bios, are talking about playing in parks and playing in the streets with their friends when they were kids. This would be about it. This would be playing in the streets with no lights on.
Yeah, those street lights would come on, around 9 o'clock?
Right. Better get home.
Guidry in motion, and the handoff went to Guidry.
Ooh.
Guidry turns the corner, a cutback, and she'll pick up about 7 yards on that first down carry, or second down carry. This will bring up third down.
Guidry's good for a stiff arm, too.
Well, did you see? The snap went to Gallegos, and as soon as the snap arrived, we just saw
Dish it off.
that Guidry took the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good timing there.
Thanks for holding it. We've got fans trickling in. It's starting to be a good little turnout here. Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the Best of the West Women's Championship football.
So Gallegos. That looks like Gorella. Is that Gorella out there?
Did she get back in the game?
That's who it looked like. And that pass
think it
is
is
thrown
her.
high. Incomplete, intended for Jessica Cable.
She's going to keep hurting this shoulder.
Yeah,
And there
it
it
is.
goes again.
It is. It's Brianna Gorell. And she's
She's
holding
hurting
on
again.
to her
Yeah.
left hand and shoulder area.
Oh, come on,
And she
honey.
went back out there on the field.
You know,
That's
that just-
determination.
it really is.
That's
It show-
absolute determination. like you couldn't keep her out of the game. They took off her pads, took off her jersey,
She
and then
she
Gurrell
probably
just
still
kept
has
fighting to try
ice.
to get back in.
And she probably
Handoff
And
goes
she's
to
gonna
Gurrell.
take
Let's
it.
see how Gurrell responds here. She is hammered down, and she's going to be slow to get up. Well, that was a big stick by Cassie Tukatu. Man,
she's
get Gurrell off the field. I mean,
Our
that
heart-
is a
oh.
big, big hit. And yes, we do get Brianna Gurrell off the field.
You know, she's hard-headed. She's
You
like,
think?
no, I don't want to go off the field. Take my arm. I'll do it with one. That's dedication. These ladies, man. Gosh.
Final minute of quarter number 3. Back deep once again to receive. It's Belle Robinson for Seattle. Struther has kicked some line drives tonight on her punts. She's got Guidry out there. This one,
Little fumble.
it was a fake attempt. Struther's going to run out of room, and Struther is stopped at around the 40-yard line, and so taking over on downs. And I think that was a design fake. Design fake for San Diego, and Seattle really snuffed that out.
Yeah. They got lucky. Well, you know, now it's Seattle's time. It's, you know, time to really dig their heels into this grass and put force in motion because it's been 9-6. They need to get a lead here. Show some of their offensive talents that they know that they have.
That was a really bad snap, but I felt as though with Guidry going in motion and everything that was going on, that they were going to try to run that ball regardless of the snap to the near side of the field, and nothing doing as Struther gets tackled at her own 40-yard line. So here's Tamara Crow. So Crow looks for Williams, throws into traffic, incomplete, and there's a penalty marker down in the backfield. So let's see what this penalty will be about. Still hitting hard out there.
Man.
Both teams desperately trying to win this game, even though it's the consolation final. 26 seconds to go in the third quarter, and we're going to get a personal foul going against Seattle.
That is not the time they need to have this be happening.
So after Seattle gets that big break, right, on the
Yeah.
fake punt and the stop, and now a mark off of 15 yards. And so we're looking at a first down and 25 for Seattle from its own 45-yard line.
Got 26 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I think the team that establishes the run the best or first, I think wins this game. I really do. Because both teams are trying to throw the football, and they're forcing it in so many situations. Crow to throw. Sidearms it,
Out to
slings it out
Wilson.
there, and this one's caught. It is caught by Wilson. And Wilson will
Needed
get
that
back
one.
a chunk of the yardage
Yes.
as she is knocked down at around the 42-yard line. So this will bring up a second down, and we'll call
12,
let's call it 13
13.
yards. Second and 13. So
Just
they
another
pick
one
up
of
12.
those. You know, those are the kind of plays I believe that Adrian Wilson's good for.
Well, Wilson has the
She's
the
got a
height.
height advantage.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she should be able to hang on to those passes. This game will be decided in quarter number 4. We'll flip the field, and it's a 9-6 score at the end of 3 in favor of the San Diego Surge over the Seattle Majestics. So we start the fourth quarter of play. It'll be a second down and 13. Crow to throw. Crow on the scramble. Flushed out of the pocket, and she's going to get knocked down back at midfield. This will be a loss of about 8 yards on that play. So now a third down and 18 to go for Seattle. So the pocket collapses. Crow on the scramble, and then Crow finally knocked out of bounds. The marker at midfield. Third down and an eternity. They actually need the 30, so it's third down, and we'll call it 20 yards to go.
It's long bomb time.
And who would they throw it to? Wilson?
Wilson or Kustis? She's been no, not Kustis. I'm sorry.
Crow to throw. Crow picked off. That's going to be intercepted by Guidry. Here comes Guidry, near side of the field. Guidry. And now the cutback.
Oh, and she's gone.
Pay dirt time for Guidry. Touchdown.
Wow.
San Diego Surge on the interception.
Amazing run by Guidry. I'm really feeling beast mode. I'm just saying. Like, I could have felt like a little crotch grab right there as she jumped into the end zone.
Well, that was a big play.
It was an amazing play. Now we got to see if Seattle can come back and try and get back into this game.
That final cutback, as there were two players from Seattle trying to tackle, again, Guidry, Dina Guidry, with the interception out of the secondary. And she just does that cutback maneuver, nothing but open field, and a pick six. Well, that's a big change in the momentum in this game.
It's really going to show for what Seattle can do now.
Long way to go with 10:42 remaining. Going to get a timeout on the field. Take it. So finally, we'll get the extra point attempt. Snap back to Gallegos. Placement down. Kick is up. And that kick is good. So 16-6, the Surge extending the lead. There's 10:42 to go in this game, the consolation game, and the big game ahead between Utah and Texas. That's for the championship. Sun has set here in Las Vegas, and it's a beautiful evening, actually.
Man, you could have asked for a nicer night for football, though, really.
Is this going to be an onside kick?
It
It is bobbled, and finally it is picked up as Kiki Williams jumps on the football at the 45-yard line.
It's like
A little
put all your
pooch
money
kick
on
there
it.
for Struther.
Put your money on onside.
How many did you count? 5? How many onside kicks have we seen today?
I'd say at least 6 now.
So let's see what Seattle, what the Majestics can do with the football. We told you yesterday about, or Thursday, about Seattle. They have that Under Armour sponsorship. That's big.
And I got to say, I do love the colorway. If you know me, you know my team. And I'm very familiar with these colors.
So Crow on first down. Throws it, lobs it up, and intended for McCall behind the intended receiver. And they get away with another one there because that pass was almost picked off in the secondary.
Was. But, man, if they would have just landed that one, McCall could have had a straight shot to the end zone with that. Just to all the viewers out there on our Facebook and YouTube channels, the feed is still a little hit or miss sometimes. So please just refresh your browsers. Just refresh the browser. Again, we are really close to the mountain range. There's a very significant amount of low signal for everybody in their cell phones and
the weather's
internet.
been horrible here the last few days. And
Oh, yeah. Still.
that coupled with the humidity and the rain, the mugginess, and
It's one of the few times you've never seen blue skies in Las Vegas, you know?
this is true. You
so
saw
we-
a rainbow. Oh, you saw it too.
Yeah, double rainbow to the
Oh, you
right
saw
earlier,
3.
yeah.
You've got me beat. The handoff straight up the middle. There goes Kiki Williams. Williams gets hog-tied as she'll get across midfield. And she's dumped there for a pickup of, we'll call it 5 yards. So this will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Big series for the Seattle Majestics if they want to stay in this game. They need to score. It's getting late in the game. 10:09 to go. Seattle will send in Kyla Hall. And Hall's been very quiet the last couple of games for Seattle. Far side, Jackie McCall. She's had some big catches on a 3rd and 5. Empty set for Tamara Crow.
Another
Bad
low
snap. Crow picks it up. Crow's going to run. Crow's going to scramble. Crow's going to step up. She'll throw it long, and that pass is intercepted. It's intercepted in the secondary for San Diego.
But I don't even know who Tamara Crow was looking for out there. There wasn't anybody in the Majestics within a couple feet of that ball.
And I think out there, once again, that was Sanfrey Robertson. Who's
Great
come up big
coverage
tonight.
Big plays by Roberson.
And so now it's just up to San Diego to play ground control.
Yeah.
Go back to the ground.
That's too bad. You know, while that play was going on, Crystal Bridges on the surge had come off. It looks like she might have been injured as well.
My goodness.
I mean, these ladies, they're taking hits left and right, and hopefully they can get back on the field too. But injury after injury after injury.
They'll go with Gutierrez still in the backfield.
Well, it's also one of the things that happen when you have, 2 games within 48 hours. It's something that most people don't do.
Seattle pretty much has gone to a 4-man line, and they run Gutierrez right into the gut of Cassie Tucatio. I mean, that just was not fair.
No.
Gutierrez was swallowed up.
She had her 20. Yeah, Tucutio is she's got amazing feet on her. That girl can move around.
She's so athletic, and that was the big disruptor for against Utah.
Mm-hmm.
After the game the other night, we're talking to the Falcons quarterback Louise Bean, and she was like, everything we tried to do, number 22 was right there.
Yeah.
So they were forced pretty much, Utah, to run away from her. So we see where Tucatio is right there on the left side of the formation, so they would run straight up the middle. And that's what San Diego tries there, but nothing doing. Another quick stoppage as Gutierrez tries it again on the left side for a minimal gain of a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Guess who's back? Brianna Gurrell. You can't keep Gurrell out of the game. Outstanding. Brianna Gurrell injured her shoulder early in this game, and they worked on her on the sideline for a long time. She keeps holding her left shoulder. She's out there once again, and she's just a trooper. She just wants to play.
I mean, that's beyond troop. I mean, she is just amazing to be able to go through this kind of pain and then, show out this kind of effort here in the final game.
Seattle's showing blitz. They back off, and a little shuffle pass, and that goes up to Cable, and Cable will get close to the 1st down marker. I think she's going to be about a yard and a half shy. So that was a good play call for the Surge against an over-pursuing defense. See, they're working on where the spot might be on that side of the field. And they're going to say that it was enough for a 1st down. So the spot is generous for Jessica Cable and for the Surge. More importantly, a fresh set of downs with 7:38 to go. Someone brought their cowbell. So Gallegos, you said this could be her final game.
Yes, it could be 15 years of
They're
play.
going to run the sweep. And again, here's Guidry trying to shift in a maneuver, gang tackle after a pickup of 3 yards on that play on the end around.
Just under 7 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Still 16-6 with a Surge ahead.
And just try to run the football. We're live from Sunrise Mountain High School here in Las Vegas. It's been raining since Thursday pretty much on and off throughout the valley. There was a wind advisory today, 60-mile-an-hour winds once again. It seems to be the number these days. It was 60 miles an hour here on Thursday night, along with the rain, the lightning, the wind, everything combined. It forced a 2-hour delay. And San Diego got the worst of it, 47-0 shutout for the first time in their 8-year history. Gurrell is met head on. Gurrell's going to be slow to get up again.
I don't know how she's
Jeez.
doing it.
And that a big tackle there was made by Jackie McCall. Gurrell's down.
McCall's been everywhere, first of all. Let's go back to her. Offensively, defensively.
That's got to be it for Gurrell tonight.
Don't
Don't let her back in the game. I know she wants to play. She's got a huge heart, but that's got to be enough.
And that's just the dedication of these ladies in this league. I mean, they're wanting to go all for it. They're putting their bodies into it like nobody else. They're not, it's not like they're getting compensated necessarily. They're just trying to be out here on this field to play competitively with equally competitive teams.
Yeah. Take the jersey away from her. Take the shoulder pads off. And
Tony's playing coach now.
Yeah, let's start with the ice here.
Yeah.
Back to the trainer's table.
Get her out there on that table, yeah.
A lot of ice.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She's wincing in pain now, Gurrell.
No sleeping on the left side of the bed, on the left side of her body for her. That's, man, painful.
Gutierrez is back in there. Cable to the near side. Gallegos looked in her direction. She pulled it back, and then the pass was caught. And that'll be a reception on the near side of the field. I think that was Lanika Manning who hauled it in.
Well,
after the short gain, it'll be a 4th down and 2.
Back to Gallegos. I mean, we're now almost ending the 4th quarter. She's been playing the entire time. She hasn't had a break. She's still running at full speed. These ladies' determination is amazing. 15 years playing football, and she's still going strong, and she's going strong to the very end here. A lot of these girls are really, amazing.
With under 5 to go in the game, this would have to be perhaps the last chance for Seattle and his defense to rise.
Got to make a stop.
Gallegos on a 4th down and 2. They said Kidry in motion.
Wow.
And Gallegos,
And
she
still
stands tall and throws the football out of bounds. But we have San Diego running out of downs.
Chelsea Neal just basically
planted her,
yeah.
I'd say. But
She just
Gallegos
followed
is
the
so
ball.
strong, and she was
on-
able to throw the ball away. So they're looking at a grounding call here.
It looked like
And Gallegos is hurt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, brother.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Well, she literally completed the pass with Hill on her back. I mean, it looked like almost as though Hill had hiked the ball to her herself, the way how fast she came through the line.
Offsides on the defense. Did not see that one
Probably
coming.
on Hill.
Exactly.
She had
So that is a
small
big
head
break for
start.
San Diego. I thought that they were going to call intentional grounding or, to the...
Well, Hill broke off. I mean, she was out there before I think the offensive or the defensive line had moved.
It's not a mistake you want to make on a 4th down
4th and
situation.
2. And not when you're down by 10 and you need the ball back.
So it's a 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line of San Diego. And now Gallegos is really good at milking the clock. Going nowhere fast, and movement on the left side of that offensive line. Nicole Tanuas moved, so she flinches first. The false start against San Diego. And so they mark off the penalty. And a 5-yard mark off. So Gallegos will start things over again. She puts the ball into the gut of Gutierrez. Gutierrez moves the pile forward, gets back to around the original line of scrimmage. So a pickup of 5. Clock winding down with 4:20 remaining. 16-6 your score in favor of San Diego. I can't think of a better matchup in the championship game than that offense, that option attack of Utah, of the Falcons, against that defense of the Texas Elite Spartans, which have not allowed a point the entire season.
Coming up next after this.
Good tease. Gallegos. Guidry in motion. Guidry on the sweep. Guidry on the
Beast
cutback.
mode.
Guidry stood up. She is hammered. And the first player there defensively I saw was Christina Bell Robinson from the defensive side. So this will bring up third down. And we'll call it about 8 yards to go.
Look like Holly Coast
We have a
just had
timeout. A timeout for Seattle and the Majestics. 3.5 to go in the game. And again, this could be another big play. All right, so we are ready to resume action on a 3rd down and 7. Three down lineman. Gallegos is going to air it out. She's going to look long, and they wanted a flag on the near side.
No flag.
But no flag. That pass was just overthrown downfield, and back in coverage we saw Julia McComas. So this will bring up 4th down. And we see a punting unit come out on the field.
No, is there one?
Absolutely. I see Melissa Struther out there. So 3:24 remaining.
So basically, it takes to be in the last few minutes of a game to not take the 4th.
I feel like the press box was
Wobbling a little
wobbling
bit?
a little.
Yeah, I don't feel like the wind's even that high.
Earthquake.
So.
Gosh, what was that?
I mean, there are a handful more people in the stands. Maybe there was
There's
some
Struther.
commotion.
She gets this punt off, and it is
Out of
high. It's
bounds.
going to bounce out of bounds at around the 13-yard line as Belle Robinson was back deep to receive the punt.
Well, it's do or die time for the Majestics. I mean, down by 10, you've got.
That was a heck of a punt, and Struther is still wobbly from being knocked down earlier. She got hit again.
Oh, it's probably
Warm
a good
up
thing
the
this
San
is the
Diego
last
bus.
game.
I mean, this team was depleted, and they just keep coming back. And the heart that the San Diego Surge has shown in this game is exceptional. Really is. Take nothing away from Seattle, but just the effort. And
Right.
again, the fact that they were shorthanded. We counted 23 players suited up for tonight's game. And they're down, about 3 or 4 after the kickoff. And that's why Gurrell just kept going back in, and she wanted to play. The coaches couldn't hold her back. So here's Crow. Crow swings it out. Incomplete, intended for Kiki Williams. So that ball just fluttered out of there, and Williams couldn't catch up. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. So the clock stops with 3:10 to go. 16-6 your score in favor of the San Diego Surge. So the Majestic, they played in the Women's Football Alliance, and now they moved to the IWFL, the International Women's Football Women's League. And so how many teams would you like to see play competitively?
It would be nice to have a good, I think we heard from the Texas owner, it'd be nice to have a good 6 to 10 solid teams that will.
That's Belle
nice.
Robinson with a reception after she juggles it on the near sideline. She steps out of bounds, picks up a 1st down.
We're seeing 4 teams here this weekend, and these are the top 4 teams of the West. There's not a whole lot of competition because most teams, like we have heard before, are either forfeiting or they're getting completely blown out. So it would be nice if there could be some kind of steady, consistent league that has good leadership and that can be able to have some kind of, underlying, some rules that are followed across the board for all the teams. Good 6 to 10 teams to start with, It'd be nice to have some sort of link that I would love to see a team here in Las Vegas.
The Showgirls?
The Showgirl. Please get a
The
new
return
name.
of the
Let's not
Showgirls.
have the Showgirls out there in Naked
This
City.
Crow looking to swing it out, but Williams was picked up. And then she
Nice.
throws downfield. That's Rachel Woods with the reception. And Woods with the 1st down. We're going to get a face mask tacked on top of that.
This could be what they needed. Will it be too late? It's 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Majestics down by 10.
And that penalty against Dina Guidry in the secondary. Reception was made by Rachel Woods. So Woods was the starting quarterback a couple of weeks ago. Tamara Crow was out injured, but she came back, and so they find a spot for Woods. So quarterback to quarterback connection there, and that's a big gainer. Tack on the 15 extra yards, and we've got Seattle in business. So you're down by 10. If you get in a field goal range, do you try to kick a field goal and then you just need the touchdown, or just try to score? I'd say score whatever points you can right now.
Yeah, score whatever you can right now.
2:06 to go. and you
Clearly
need 2
kick an
scores.
onside kick.
We need another onside
Another
kick.
onside
so score.
kick.
You know what this time is? It's
Yeah.
probably going to be Adrian Wilson time.
I'm all for it.
She scored a touchdown on the last possession of the game for Seattle on Thursday night in that loss. Pass near side. Wow.
Nice
McCall with the
hands.
reception. She gets blasted.
Yes, she did.
I mean, she was just blasted in the secondary. Is that Deuce Reyes?
Couldn't tell.
We're going to get a timeout. Minute 38 remaining in the game. And it'll be a second down and about 6 yards to go for Seattle. They've got to show a sense of urgency here and try to get a couple of scores.
You know, I'm looking at Gorilla again on the sideline. This girl, she's carrying
What an
around her
inspiration, huh?
jersey. Like, she's like, I just
she's
want
like,
to
I
get
just want to get one
more down.
One
just
more rep
one
in there. That's it.
You know? God, you got to love that dedication, boy.
Williams in the backfield. And that pass is caught and then dropped. McCall had the football. She went to move with it and started to run. She dropped the ball. A minute 33 to go. It'll be third down for Crow. Crow steps up in the pocket, throws it long. She's hit as she was thrown, and it's incomplete, intended for McCall. McCall actually didn't see it, and the ball was thrown into double coverage downfield. So here we go, fourth down. There's a minute 29 remaining. Seattle is trailing by 10. You have time to huddle up because the clock has stopped, and so they'll take the opportunity to do so. Kyla Hall shuttling into play. Twin slots. Now or never for Tamara Crow. You don't need it all. Just have to try to pick up a first down. She looks for the swing pass. She gets it out there, and that's Williams.
Kiki.
She dodges one defender, and she'll get hammered out of bounds short of the first down marker, and that'll just about do it. The Surge are going to hang on to win this game with a minute 18 remaining. They'll just have to take a knee. Such gutty determination on the part of the San Diego Surge. Can't say that enough.
They've really outdone themselves today, and like they mentioned earlier, you know, this might be very well their last game as a team, and so to come back out after being blown out, you know, 47-0 just a short while ago.
There's Struther hobbling off the field. Like just about every player that's left on the sideline is nicked.
Yeah. Give it up to these ladies. They've definitely put forth the effort.
Little helicopter flyby.
We are so close to Nellis Air Force Base. I'm surprised we haven't heard a bunch more, you know.
So Gallegos takes a knee. 16-6 should be your final.
And here comes Melissa Gallegos coming off the field. Probably a very emotional time for her.
So they take out Gallegos so that she gets a nice and well-deserved hand from the crowd. What did you say, 15 years she's been playing in the
Yeah,
league?
15 years, and this could be the last game for the Surge. So it's probably a pretty emotional time for her as well as the rest of the team right now. But she went out there and she played the entire time up to this point.
Again, the victory formation. That should be the final play of this game. Melissa Ferris, it has been a blast working with you.
Tony, it's been amazing.
So much fun. I hope
Really
that
has
they
been.
come back, you know, the women's football league comes back to Vegas and plays again. we'll have the championship game upcoming, but it's been a great time. Thank you.
It would be amazing to see more games here for sure. And that's it.
So the final score, once again, the San Diego Surge victorious in what could be that franchise's final game, 16-6 over the Seattle Majestics.
So welcome back here with Dina Gildry, and all I can say though, watching you from up above, all I could say was beast mode. You had an amazing move tonight. You guys came back and won. Tell us about what it felt like to know that you had such a tough game on Thursday night, early Friday morning actually, and then to come back here and to win again.
It was really tough. Everyone knew it was going to be really hard to play 2 games in 3 days. Everybody was really sore, but it's one of those games where a lot of us, it's going to be our last game. So we wanted to put it all out there, and you suck it up. You do what you need to do. You get out and warm up. You do the rehab. You do everything you need to do to just get out here. And then once you get going, it's adrenaline, and you want to do it for your team. You want to do it for the win.
And well, I know that you guys have never lost 2 in a row, so I know you guys didn't want to make that happen tonight here in Las Vegas, but what can you say about the team itself, considering that this may be the last game for you guys as the San Diego Surge? What does that mean for you?
It means so much just because we had such a small team this year, very small. I think there were 22 here, and we had a lot of rookies. So it's not the same Surge team that a lot of people are used to seeing, but we still have the heart of the Surge. And I think it's important to show everyone that even though we're not the same exact team, that powerhouse that everybody's used to seeing, that we're still the same. We have the same heart. We still have the same drive. We're still the Surge.
And speaking of heart, number 31, let's talk about her. She literally hurt her shoulder, I think, maybe about 4 or 5 times and kept on playing. Is that how you meant the mentality is here for the Surge? Have you guys always been just kind of, I know the injuries have prone your team a little bit this year. So to come out here and to keep on playing, what does that mean for you guys?
That's everyone, and actually that's our rookie. So for our rookie to that, she picked up on the veterans. Like, everyone has an injury. You never play 100%. Everybody knows that. You never play 100% in football. But to get out here and have injuries, we have people, especially playing 2 days ago, you have people with really fresh injuries. And you suck it up. And I'm glad she did that because it shows that that's what we do. And everything that the veterans do, it trickles down to the rookies. That's how it should be.
Before we let you go celebrate with your team, is there anything else as far as what do you guys have on the outlook for the future for you guys? Is there anything that you guys have been working on? Do you know what you're going to do? Is there any moves for you guys for us to play in the future?
You know what? I have no idea. That's the honest God truth. I don't even know what I'm going to do. This is probably my last game too.
Okay.
So we're just going to enjoy it right now, party it up tonight, enjoy each other's company.
Enjoy Vegas while you're here.
And just, we got 6 months.
Well, again, congratulations on the win.
Thank
okay?
you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. Thank you. All right, coming back here with the San Diego Surge's co-owner as well as lead quarterback as well as lead everything, Melissa Gallegos. I don't even know what to say to you. I'm 15 years in the league. Me as a woman myself, I don't even imagine how that's even possible. But not only that, but you were out here for almost the entire 48 minutes, playing nonstop. Your feet were moving fast. I mean, your throws were incredible. How does it feel to finish this game with a win?
This defense held us in this game. The defense held us in. Offense, we didn't do what we came out here to do. But defense held us in the game, and that's what teams do. When one's playing good, the other's playing bad, we kind of hold each other up. So thank you, defense. Thank you, special teams. Thank you, all of it.
Well, and we're speaking about defense and special teams like you have a bazillion people on your bench. You literally had about 23 people, I think, here this weekend. Now, what does that do as far as what does that make the rest of the players have to contribute when things like that happen?
I mean, we're all in. Like, everybody's got to do something. If you're hurt, you got to suck it up. I mean, you saw girls out here limping around and running out to the field when they were called. So, I mean, when you got a small roster like that, you got to do it.
Now, we'll take a step away from the game for a second. This is possibly the San Diego Surge's last season, and for you, what does that mean for you guys? Is there something else that you might want to be working on, maybe not as a player yourself, maybe in regards to hopefully helping some kind of league form or something happen? Is that
absolutely? It's about women's football. Bottom line, whether there's a league or not, I mean, we got to figure out a way to get it going. Yeah. A good league, strong league, and get it going.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in the future, no matter what happens. We appreciate it. It was great watching you play. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.